At least 22 Florida counties have issued evacuation orders ahead of Hurricane Idalia's expected landfall tomorrow morning. This is a storm that gained additional strength early this morning. It's compounding what scientists have been warning for the last several hurricane seasons, which is that the climate crisis we're seeing is making hurricanes intensify at a faster rate, and that's creating potentially deadly storm surge conditions. My next guest is Michael Mann. He is the director of the Penn Center for Science, Sustainability, and the Media Center and the Media at the University of Pennsylvania. He has a new book about the climate crisis called Our Fragile Moment, which is a very appropriate moment, I think, that we are in right now. Tell us a little bit, Michael, about what you're seeing and how the climate crisis is affecting this particular storm as we see this warm, unusually warm water in the Gulf.
Yeah, thanks, Brianna. It's good to be with you. And you put your finger on it. We have bathtub level warmth with these waters in the Caribbean and the tropical Atlantic. It's been a record year. It's been the warmest year we've ever seen when it comes to Atlantic ocean temperatures and global temperatures as well. A piece of that could be this transition we're undergoing from a La Nina to an El Nino event. That's a sort of natural fluctuation in the climate, but it's riding on top of this tide of an ever warming planet from carbon pollution, from the burning of fossil fuels. And that heat isn't just at the surface, it's penetrating deeper into those ocean layers. And that's when you see this sort of intensification, these rapid intensification events, when you have warm waters not just at the surface, but below the surface, because the hurricane churns up those deeper waters. And when they're cold, that dampens the hurricane because it's the warmth of the water that drives, that strengthens the storm. But when the churning of those waters doesn't bring up cold water anymore because that warm water is penetrating deeper and deeper, that's when you see these very rapid intensification events. And there's a real worry among a number of observers right now that Idalia could, in fact, strengthen into a Cat 4 hurricane before it makes landfall. That would be catastrophic when it comes to the storm surge that would lead to, and the inland flooding will be a real problem as well.
Michael, I mean, that's a Category 4. We're talking serious business here. When you saw that number that was reported last month, those buoys off the southern tip of Florida registering over 100, which may actually be a world record, what did you think about how that would portend for a very bad hurricane season ahead?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost unbelievable, right? Those are hot tub temperatures. You're wading into the ocean and it feels like a hot tub. That's the sort of warmth that we've seen in that part of the world this summer. And, you know, some of us were looking at this emerging El Nino event. And it turns out El Ninos, this warming in the tropical Pacific, it impacts weather patterns around the world. It actually leads to more what we call wind shear, wind going at different speeds or different directions as a function of height. And that tends to interfere with the nice vertical pattern that a hurricane wants to form. And so El Nino years with that greater wind shear in the Caribbean and tropical Atlantic tend to be relatively quiet hurricane seasons. So we were looking at that and thinking, well, you know, it's warm in the tropical Atlantic, but, you know, there's an El Nino. That's a mitigating factor. It'll be, you know, above average, but not a, you know, a hyper sort of active season. But what surprised us all was the excessive warmth that we've seen. It went well beyond what the forecasts held. And that excessive warmth is overcoming what would be the typical dampening effect of an El Nino event. And, you know, these storms, again, when they encounter that very warm water, they can intensify quickly and they can reach a higher maximum intensity. And so the sea surface temperatures throughout the tropical Atlantic, the Caribbean right now are going to support those major, you know, monster Category 4 and Category 5 hurricanes if they have the chance to form.
It is very scary. Michael, thank you so much. We are at a fragile moment, and we appreciate you explaining it to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brianna.
Jim?